Guys, it is episode 7. I got that one right. In the cut series, start of week 2. It's about 7 o'clock on Wednesday morning, September 28th. I'm getting ready to work out. The reason why I'm doing it a little bit later in the morning than I would typically would is I'm not going straight to my day job at 8 o'clock. I'm actually going to be going to my son's, it's a second doctor's appointment, but he's getting a shot. And that's at like 8:50. So I'm gonna work out, get ready, drink some coffee, and then go with them to that, bring them back, and then go into work. So enjoy the training session. I will talk to you guys about my weigh-in and discuss kind of the strategy and how that's going to impact any kind of changes I make to my nutrition or training. And then we'll also kind of discuss my other measurements and progress photos and that kind of stuff at the end of the video. So yeah, I hope you guys are doing well. See you in a bit. Hey guys, so I talk a lot about wanting to help people get jacked and fit, especially dudes who are family oriented and want to succeed in their careers. So their time's limited, so they have to be efficient. I know how to do that because that's what I do for myself. And I marry a deep understanding of health and physiology and training and nutrition with also being a family-oriented professional dude. So with that being said, we have a visitor today in the gym with us, Mr. Cal Landon. Cal, can you say hi? Like I said earlier, he's got his first shots this morning, so I'm gonna be with him there for moral support, of course. And he's just hanging out with me while I work out on his little play mat while his mom gets ready. So we're having a good morning. Chill. Sorry about that focus. Still getting used to this camera. It's a robust camera compared to my iPhone. All right, I'll see you guys after my workout. Hey guys, I just finished up my workout. Today was shoulders and triceps. As you can probably tell, had a little workout buddy with me, which I showed you guys. And so now it's about 8 o'clock. I'm gonna get that protein shake, make some coffee really quick, get dressed, get showered, get changed. We're gonna head to the doctor's appointment. We gotta be there, I think, 15 minutes early. Appointment's at 8:50. So I got like 30 minutes to get ready. So I think I can do all that. But so far, good start to week 2. Yeah, good deal. I will see you guys, I don't know when I'll probably vlog again. Maybe probably at lunch or maybe after work, because the next couple hours are gonna be tied up with family stuff. So yeah, I'll see you guys then. Hey guys, I just finished up at Cal's doctor's appointment. We're picking up some stuff at the store. I'm drinking a coffee from Starbucks. I like their cold brew myself. Yes, that's 30 ounces of coffee, back off. things went well at the doctor's appointment, but to update you real quick, I had my protein shake for breakfast. I did get up last night and eat. I had a peanut butter protein bar and some milk, so I'm higher on my calories today at this point in the day than normal. Not a big deal, not gonna freak out about it. I'm strategizing against it. Still going to make my goals. So yeah, I'm at like 1,100 calories for the day, I think, and about 90 grams of protein. I don't remember my carb and fat intake, but they're higher than normal. So my plan for lunch is 2 protein bars, pure protein, chocolate, peanut butter protein bars. Haven't made arrangements for dinner yet. It'll probably be a HelloFresh meal. We'll make that work. Yeah, day's going well so far. Cal shots went good. I'm glad I got to be there and spend the morning there. Now I gotta go do the other job that I don't like doing, but it's necessary evil right now. So yeah, I will catch up with you guys probably, well, you see a short clip of me eating lunch, which is just super exciting because my lunches are fascinating. But then I'll probably catch up with you guys after work and let you know what the plan is for dinner and that kind of thing. So hope you guys are having a great day. I hope you're getting tons out of this series. Please comment, let me know, give me your feedback, email me, get at me on social media. Let's talk about this, and let's figure out how I can document the stuff you're most interested in learning or knowing what or how I do it, so you guys can benefit from it, because that's what this is all about. So get at me. See you guys in a bit.
Cardinals. Yeah. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. I'll take your name. What color is they?
Cream color.
Oh. Okay. Okay. All right. Ooh, that's cute.
Hey guys, I just got off work. The last clip you saw was my fascinating lunch. I actually somehow, in the process of going back home and dropping my wife and son off and then coming to work, I somehow forgot one of my protein bars there, so I only ate 1 protein bar for lunch. So I'm kind of hungry, and it's a little later than normal. I'm actually leaving work like 50 minutes later than I normally would. But that's partially in part because we're kind of like, my sister-in-law might be having her baby, and so we're kind of slow playing whether or not I'm going to leave and go up there and take some days off work and whatnot to do that. So I'm leaving work a little late, but no big deal. I lifted this morning, so not a big deal. Yeah, so my plan is I'm going to go home and I'm going to eat something. I don't necessarily know if that's going to be in the form of another protein bar or something. I'm going to eat something just to satisfy myself, because the chances are I do have to drive. Then I'm probably just going to grab something on the road, and it will fit my macros, so don't you worry about that. And we'll talk about how to strategize and eat while we're on the road. So it'll be a good opportunity for some education. Yeah, that's where I sit right now. Macro-wise, I would tell you where I sit, but I'm recording this on my iPhone, and it has my macros app on it, so I can't tell you. Why don't I update you once I get home? We'll do a short little clip and update where I'm at. And then why don't I also edit in here my progress photos with my updated numbers from today, and my weight, my body fat, my circumferences, my progress photos. You guys can look at that, and then after I flash those, I'll have a clip and I'll discuss any changes I'm going to make based on them, and talk about how I view the numbers and how I relate to the numbers and all that good stuff. All right, so we're gonna do that next. Hey guys, I finally made it home from work. I actually ended up, my sister-in-law is not having my nephew tonight. She's been sent back home, so I don't have to drive to Kansas City, but I had to go pick up my mother-in-law's dog and blah, blah, blah. I know you guys don't care about any of that, but what I'm trying to tell you is I'm home finally, so I'm gonna give you a quick update on my macros. So currently for the day, I sit at 154 grams of protein, 112 grams of carbs, 66 grams of fat, and 1,600 calories. So I've got about, let's see, 1,200 calories to go, about little less than half my protein, a little more than half my carbs, and a little under a third of my fat left to consume for the day. I think what I might do is I might just do kind of an old standby meal for me, which is bacon, eggs, and either toast or some kind of carb, maybe pancakes, I don't know, depending on whether or not my wife's eating today and if she wants anything like that. So if I do that, then that'll probably take care of the rest of my calories and my nutrients. So this is the start of week 2 of the cut, which means today I took progress photos. I weighed myself like always, but I also did my body fat and I took circumferences. So what I'm going to show you guys next is those progress photos with those metrics laid over the top. Take a look at them. Actually, what I'll do is, why don't I do this? What I'll do is I'll put the photos from week 1. So I'll put front week 1, then front week 2 right after each other in small little clips, and then you can kind of get a good idea of kind of the side by side. I would try to create a side by side comparison, but I don't think that would look very good on the video. So we'll just flash them: week 1, week 2, one after the other for each position, and then after I flash you those clips, I will film a clip of me discussing the progress, the results. What do I need to do differently? Do I need to change anything? How to address my nutrition and my training in relation to those outcomes, and discuss the numbers a little bit, and what kind of time frame you're looking at as far as seeing change, seeing progress, and when that becomes meaningful, or at least in my opinion becomes meaningful. So check it out. Hey guys, so I just put my progress photos that I just talked about in the clip prior to those photos. So now I just want to talk about the photos a little bit. So let me pull up my kind of data sheet. So if you guys are interested, you can go look at that. It's in the comment section of my YouTube videos. It's basically just a log that has my workouts in it. It has my weight, my body fat, all that good stuff in there. There's also a food log you can look at. It's just a way to kind of share as much as I can of this process with you guys. But yeah, so let me pull it up and then I can talk a little about it. But essentially, it was a good week. I'm technically, I think, 2 pounds down today. If we compare today to last Wednesday, I'm 2 pounds down. Sorry, I'm pulling up the sheet. I want to be able to speak to the data. Alright, so I'm technically like 2.4 pounds down in a week, 7 days or so. My body fat read on a bioimpedance handheld machine. So one, it's not accurate, but I use it under the same conditions. I use it the same way, so it's precise in the sense that I can compare those measurements. They're done on the same machine, the same way. I can use that to create a trend. Does it mean I'm a true 19% body fat or true 21% body? I don't know. We could probably say no. The standard deviation on those things in the air is probably big. It's probably like plus or minus 5%, but it works to establish a trend, which is what we want. We want to know if we're going in the right direction. So today it read my body fat as 19.1. A week ago it read it as 21%. So that tells me, good, I guess I'm going in the right direction. My chest circumference was down 1/2 inch, which kind of makes sense. I have a little extra fat through my chest, although not a ton, but a little bit. So hopefully that's where it's coming from. My left upper arm was about the same. My waist was 1 inch less, so that makes sense. That's where I hold most of my body fat, and that's where I want to try to reduce the most. So hopefully most of my weight loss is going to come from there. So that's going to see where I see the biggest measurement differences. And then my upper leg was the same. I don't at least feel, or I don't think visibly I look like I carry a lot of body fat on my legs. So hopefully I shouldn't see much change there. So now let me talk about each of these numbers. The progress photos. So if you look at the two photos, the lighting's a little bit different. I think I look a little bit leaner in the week 2 photos, the photos that play second. But not a ton. Like I wouldn't say, wow, visibly different, but it's only been a week and it's only 2 pounds. So I think it speaks to what the progress is. And I think the numbers though are more reinforcing and telling. But now let me talk about kind of how the numbers affect me. So the weight is the one that gives the most accurate and consistent feedback in my opinion. It's just a simple metric. It's a simple number. It can be captured on a daily basis and gives you a really strong trend. So over the course of the last week, I've weighed in at 219, 220, and 221. Those are my lowest measurements, but I've weighed as high as 226 and 225. But from day to day, if I'm comparing today to last week, I'm down 2 pounds, and I'll take that because I've also weighed in at that lower weight for a couple days in a row, and it's been pretty consistent. So I will take that as I did lose a couple pounds. So the real truth will be for the next week is that I can keep that couple pounds down. I can consistently weigh in a couple pounds lighter and hopefully make the transition to weighing lighter than those couple pounds down. The body fat percentage reading, I don't put a lot of stock into it from week to week. I put a lot of stock in it from month to month. I think 4 weeks is a much more realistic time to see big swings in body fat changes. So am I excited that it reads 1% or 2 down? Yes. Do I think that's like accurate and really realistic? I'm probably gonna say it has more to do with like the machine and its standard deviation, its air, and how it calculates those different factors that you enter. But again, it's a trend, so I'd much rather see it down than up. But if it had been up, I wouldn't have freaked out. If my weight had been down and the body fat had been up, I wouldn't have lost my mind, because I just don't put a lot of stock from week to week on body fat. I like to go month to month on body fat percentage. I like week to week on weight, or day to day on weight. Day to day on weight is still probably not a good metric. Week to week is probably better. But capturing it daily gives you a really nice trend. So all in all, week 1, I'm happy with it. I worked around my night eating habit, hit my goals every day almost. I went a little bit over some days, but for the most part, like if you look at week to week, I'm in a deficit. And I'm probably in a larger deficit than my macros app reflects, because I don't count in my additional exercise, or I don't calculate that in. Like I factor it in from the standpoint of the calculation I use to calculate my macros and calorie needs, but I don't like use it as a secondary budget, so to speak. So I'm probably in a little bit bigger deficit than what my app reflects. So take that for it is what it is. But yeah, I'm happy with the progress. I think it speaks for itself. If you stick to your goals consistently, you'll see progress. If you don't, you won't. So we're going to keep going like this, and hopefully week 2 yields the similar results, because I'm going to keep executing, be consistent. Like I said in my last video, you got to show up. You got to show up consistently. So yeah, I'm going to go eat some more food, and then more than likely you'll see a similar clip to this one where I'm sitting where I'm currently sitting at after having more client calls, discussing what I'm going to eat, which is, like I said earlier, some eggs and bacon and toast. So yeah, I will see you guys then. And I hope you guys are getting something really awesome out of this series. I hope it's showing you guys that science isn't just a bunch of old wise dudes like making up stuff. Like, this stuff works. Calories in, calories out, it works. Like, is it everything? No, but it works. It's a very objective way to do it, and then making sure you're getting the right amount of nutrients in the appropriate proportions. That's how you make sure and tackle your body composition. So it's just like focusing on the big rocks and not getting so caught up on the small ones, which is where everyone is on the small ones. Like, is this gluten-free? Is this organic? When we really should be focusing on, where's my total energy intake? Where's my total protein intake? And not just on a daily basis, like on a weekly basis. So I hope you guys are helping, or I hope you guys are getting something out of this and it's helping you. I want to hear your feedback. So tell me, comment, email me, follow me on social media, send me direct messages. I want to hear from you guys. I want to build this FTS Nation into something meaningful. So subscribe, and I'll see you in a bit. Hey guys, so that last meal I just showed you was 4 pieces of bacon, 4 egg whites that I basically like cooked like an omelet and then folded up and cut in half and then put on top of the bacon and the bread, kind of making like an egg sandwich. So it's 4 pieces of bacon, 4 large egg whites, 1 slice of mozzarella cheese, and 2 pieces of bread. And that brings my totals to 189 grams of protein, 135 grams of carbs, 89 grams of fat. So I'm essentially out of fat. I have like 150 more carbs to go and like 40 more grams of protein to go. So I'm gonna have to get a little creative on the combination of protein and carb to get there without raising the fats. I'm probably going to end up going over on the fats. I just can't help it. But I've got 800 calories to work with, so if I go over on the fats a little bit, I'm not too upset about it because I stayed in my calorie range, and that's most important. But I'd like to try to minimize the amount of fat I eat. Well, not minimize the amount of fat I eat, but limit it, so to speak, because fat tends to be most easily stored as fat. Carbs can be stored as fat as well, but if you're training intensely, you should be able to like partition most of those carbs towards maintaining muscle mass, fueling your workouts, and just keeping your energy up throughout the day. So yeah, so I'll have something else later today, or later tonight, because it's like 9:30. I just got off client phone calls, but I'll have something, and I'll make sure and tell you guys when I have that something. So yeah, I'll see you guys in a bit. Hey guys, so that last meal you just saw was some oatmeal with a scoop of protein, a little bit of milk, and water, and then I added some Splenda to kind of sweeten it up. And so that pretty much brings me up to my macros totals and calorie totals. If you're ever interested in like the specifics, there's a log. I've linked it in the comments section. You can go down and click on that. You guys will be able to see it and view it. It's just a Google sheet. Can't edit it because I don't want you guys changing my stuff. But you can look at it and you can see my totals over time, get an idea for how much and what I'm eating. I hope it was helpful reviewing those progress photos and the numbers with you guys, and kind of giving you an idea of how I approach it and how those numbers affect me, and at what point do I find them valid or impactful enough to change something. So we'll just keep going, rolling this way. Start of week 2. Keep hitting my targets, keep hopefully seeing that weight drop. 2 pounds in a week is not a bad thing. If I hadn't set a 12-week goal, I might go a little bit slower, but I like to see what I can accomplish in 12 weeks, so I'm okay with that rate. Yeah, so if you're enjoying the videos, like always, share it with your friends, share it with other dudes who want to get jacked and fit. Subscribe, and please, the more feedback you guys give me, the better these things get, and the more you share these videos, the more people they help, the larger Freeborn training systems becomes, the larger FTS Nation becomes, and the more value we can add to people's lives, and the more people we can help. So please, I appreciate all you guys' support, and anytime you share or like a video, I notice. So thanks again, guys. See you next episode.